And we're live.
We're live.
Yay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, friends. I'm Yolanda with Harper Therapy, and Dr. Giara Blanco is here today with some really great information about a topic that isn't discussed enough.
It's managing multi-generational living arrangements.
Right.
When you're stuck in between the family of origin stuff and your family of procreation things.
Yeah, we talked about, our society, we understand like that sandwich generation, right?
Yep.
And so this is like the nitty gritty of what happens when you're living that out day to day.
We have
some tips.
We have families with 3, even 4 generations under the same roof, and it's not easy. Whether for medical reasons, financial reasons, childcare reasons, we are thrown into these situations, and we just came up with like 10 little pointers to make that multi-generational living arrangement a little easier for everybody. So one of the first pointers is acknowledging that there will be an impact when more than 1 or 2 people are making decisions or sharing opinions about how the household will be run.
Right, because then you run into, if you're part of that, if you're in the middle of that sandwich and you've got parents who are living with you, a lot of that family of origin stuff kind of comes in. So recognizing that the parents,
patience,
right, breathing, a lot of breathing happens. Yes, maybe some meditation and lots of walks and petting dogs and stuff.
Exactly. Come and pet our dogs over here. Acknowledging that it is going to be stressful and going into the conversation knowing that I may need to take breaks, I may need to take breathers, I may need to just listen and process before I even respond.
Yeah, I think there's this misnomer that, everything, whether it be these types of relationships, romantic relationships, like everything has to be pounded out right there in the moment.
No.
And no, please don't. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the second pointers is, even though patterns from our family of origin can be repeated in our family of procreation, these are things that can be changed.
Yeah.
One of the examples that you're going to read in the blog that's going to be attached to this is maybe your parents, your grandparents are okay with punishment or slapping or things like that, whereas you are not from that school of thought and you're more, let's talk about consequences and rewards. So we really support having family meetings to discuss how is it that we're going to have the discipline run in the house? Who is going to discipline at that moment?
Right.
And saying, okay, this pattern was from our family of origin. It really didn't work as well. Let's try something different.
Yeah, a lot of times as we are moving forward in our own parenting, we either want to replicate or do something totally different. So really sitting down and having those conversations, right? These are hard conversations to have, though. That's why we don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when you have the conversations and everybody is on the same page, and it runs not easy, but it runs a bit smoother.
And on the same page, that doesn't mean everybody's in 100% agreement, but everybody has an understanding. Right, totally.
Yeah, you want the understanding.
Yeah.
The third one is also acknowledging that not all family of origin patterns are negative. There are beautiful rituals, routines, traditions, celebrations that you may want to include into your life and your family of procreation to kind of extend that enrichment and nourishment of family traditions.
Absolutely.
I
and
love
recognizing,
that one.
recognizing that there are a lot of things that maybe that my parents did, and I can understand, like, they were doing the best they could in those situations, and these are the really beautiful parts that I want to carry forward. Yeah, I love that.
The other one is cultural and generational practices may be different, and I believe in approaching these with the uttermost respect.
Totally, yeah.
Understanding that our parents, our grandparents were from a different time.
Right.
They may be from a different culture as well.
Right.
So if we approach them and their views with respect, we're not only offering them that respect, we're modeling to our children the same respect that they should offer us at some point.
Yeah.
So understanding that cultural and generational differences are going to be there, and they're not to be belittled, diminished, or just kind of pushed aside. when we talk about maybe older children and we're 3 generations in the home, some maybe family of origin will belittle or diminish our teenagers' thoughts of how life should be lived. So kind of respect all throughout.
Right. Yeah. And try to hold some curiosity in these things. Like, help me to understand. I'm curious about what your thoughts are about, what your feelings are about these things. Yeah.
Let me see it through your eyes.
Yeah, totally. A practice of empathy, right? That perspective taking. Yeah.
Then the other one is if one generation is taking care of another generation, whether your family of origin, your parents are taking care of your kids, or your grown children are taking care of your parents while the sandwich generation is working, how to show appreciation for what they're doing. It can be monetary, it could be paying them for the job that they're doing, or it could be making the conscious effort of setting aside time so that whoever is the caregiver takes time away, has a hobby, gets time to spend with friends, does something that nourishes their soul and fills their cup so they can care for others.
I think this is where some of the things that we talk about in context of other kind of tools for like romantic relationships, we can carry that into these relationships too. Like, what are the love languages of the people who live in our house, right? And how do we show appreciation and love?
That acts of service and the quality time and even
words
gifting.
Of affirmation.
Then number 6 would be establish clear expectations for everybody in the house. I'm a firm proponent of family meetings, and in family meetings, everybody sits down and say, what are we expecting to happen for this week, and what are the expectations of every single family member? That just clears the air. If you know exactly what's expected from you, you're better able to deliver, and then there's less stress in the household.
There's less confusion. Yeah. We have a saying around here, clear is kind.
Yes.
Right? And the more clear that we can be, the kinder it is, even with those hard things.
Yes. Yeah. Then following that, establishing a family command center. You know me. I love calendars. A family command center with a big calendar where everybody writes down doctor's appointments, work schedules, school activities, drop off and pick up times, vacation time, so that everybody knows who is going to be where, who needs a ride, who is not going to be in the house so they can be counted on for a specific task, who is taking care of laundry, mowing the grass, doing the grocery shopping, all of that. In the family command center.
This is one of the reasons that those family meetings are so important too, so everybody can get clear about what the need is and the expectations. And you can start with something visual there in the home, and a lot of families will share digital calendars, and there's so many different ways to do that too. But again, clear is kind, and then that way everybody's on the same page. Life is busy and hectic, and it takes some planning. It takes some intentional focusing on making that work, for sure.
I really enjoy the Family Command Center because there can be a place for mail. It could be a place for leaving a note that you know that everybody's going to go by and look if there is a note left there. If you have to leave early and somebody's leaving later during the day. And that clear is kind. That just clarifies what is expected. The other one is establishing practices of compassion towards others and self-compassion. Our parents made mistakes. We will make mistakes. Our children will make mistakes. So, understanding that process of self-compassion and being compassionate towards others in their process of growth is important.
And it starts here. It starts with the self-compassion. We can't offer that to the people around us until we practice it ourselves. But that's so uncomfortable. That's such an opportunity for growth for a lot of us.
Getting to that spot is kind of doing that crawl run.
It is, yeah.
You get dirty, you get scraped, but once you're on the other side, it's like, now I can offer this to somebody else.
And I hear time and time again from clients that is so impactful, that practice of self-compassion and the ability to share that outwardly. That is such an impactful gift and tool.
Creates such a good environment to be in. Then the other one is reach out to a therapist that understands family dynamics, that understands this concept of multi-generational living. Because this will require at sometimes to bring the whole clan in. Make sure they have a big conference room. We have one.
With a table of truth.
With a table of truth. So everybody can come in and have a really good, solid family session. Because that really reinforces the foundation of what is the love and compassion in that household and how can we make it continue moving forward.
Well, sometimes it's hard to put something into place when we don't have an idea or we haven't been modeled what that is. So if we're saying, oh, family meetings are important, but we don't know what that looks like or how to do that, this is a good opportunity to learn what that looks like and to have some guidance in tweaking some of those things so that it's a successful practice for you. Because it's a practice. It's ever evolving.
Communication skills.
Totally.
Listening. All of that.
Yeah.
And then the last one is embrace the beauty of living the multi-generational type of a life. Why? Because parents will leave, children will leave. This is the moment to cherish each and every person in your household, each group, and to grab onto that moment, be present and say, this is my life right now. And we may have difficulties, we may go through rough times, but this beautiful moment, I'm trying to cherish it.
It's that perspective bias. When we look for it, we find it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
those are some great tips. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. If you are interested in having a family session, if
expert guidance,
if this topic really piqued your interest, I was even noticing now the builders are having multi-generational floor plans when they build homes. So this is something that we're moving into. If you're interested in getting any additional help, any support, we're here at Harper Therapy to help you throughout the whole process. So give our offices a call, 813-434-3639.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. Guys, we hope that you are having a great Tuesday. We will catch you soon.
Bye-bye.